Hi, I'm Leo and welcome to my YouTube channel School.me. This is my 6th tutorial on CSS3, and in this video I am going to show you how to create your website layout using the float property. Now whenever you go to a website, irrespective of the style, you're going to discover that there are certain components or parts to this website or web page. Now this include the header, the navigation, the section, the sidebar, and the footer. Now the header is the area at the top of the website. Here you find things like the name of the website, the navigation, the logo, the search box, and other things. Now next up is the navigation. Now the navigation is like the map of the website. It is a bunch of links and hyperlinks that take you to other areas of the website. Now we have two types of navigation. The first is the primary navigation. Now this is the main menu of the website, and the second is the secondary navigation, and this is the sub menu of the website. Now next up is the sidebar. Now the sidebar is where you find things or information that are not part of the page's main content. Now this is where you find information that is not particularly part of the section, but you want the user to see them. Now when I go down, you're going to see a sidebar here with informations that are not particular about the JavaScript. Now next up is the footer. Now the footer is the area at the bottom of the website. Now here you find things like the copyright information, social media icons, search box, and other things. Now the last and the most important is the section. Now the section of a website is the main area of the website. Now this is where you put informations that a person on the website or person surfing that web page would be looking for. Now the section is made up of pages, and these are individual areas on the website. Alright, having shown you the various parts of a website, I'll go ahead to show you how to use this float property to create a layout. Now I'll go to my HTML code. Now I have a div and I've given each a class, and basically the div does not have an on-screen appearance like your h1, like your paragraph p, or your unordered list ul. It is basically an element that we use as a CSS target to a particular HTML element or a group of HTML elements, so we can apply a certain style to it. Alright, now when you go to my CSS code, you would see I have created a class selector, and I have given each box a width of 30%, height of 100 pixel, border, a background color, text align, and a font size. Now when you go to my browser, you're going to see these boxes. Now like I said in my last tutorial, that we use the float property to move elements either to the left or the right side of the page. Therefore it is used for horizontal positioning. So I'll go to my box and I'll put a float property here, and I'll float it to the right. Now when I do this, you will notice that the box would move to the right side of the web page. Now when I save and go back to my browser and reload, you will notice that this box has moved to the right side of the page. So now I am going to give each box a different width and height, and I'm going to rearrange them to create a layout. So the first box, I'm going to give it a width of 90% and a height of 50 pixel. Now with the second box, I am going to give it a width of 8% and a height of 200 pixel. Now the third one, I'm going to give it a width of 55% and I'll give it a height of 370 pixel. Now I'll also give the fourth box a width of 20% and a height of 370 pixel. Now the last one, I'll give it a width of 90% and a height of 50 pixel. Now when I save and go back to my browser, you would notice that each box now have a different width and height. Now I'll go on to rearrange this to create a layout. So I'll go to my second box and I'll put a float property. Now I want to float all the boxes to the left, so I'll put my value, which would be left. Now I'm doing this for the second box, the third box, and the fourth box. So when I save and go back to my browser, you would notice that the second, the third, and the fourth box have all been arranged vertically. Now you can see I have this. Now my last box is at the top, so I'm going to push it down using the margin. So I'll go to the last box and I'll put a margin there. Now the margin uses the clockwise notation, so I'll give the top 420 pixel and I will give the right 20 pixel and the bottom 0 pixel and the left 20 pixel. Now when I save and go back to my browser, you would notice that this box has been moved down. Alright guys, this is basically how to use your float property to create a layout. Now I want to put a little space between those boxes, so I'll put a margin here and I'll set it to 25 pixels. Now when I save and go back to my browser, you would see that there is a space here and also here. Now I want to put a little space between the section and the nav and sidebar, so I'll go to my code and I'll go to my box 3, which is a section, and I'll give it a margin, and it's going to be 0 pixel and 20 pixel. Now when I save and go back to my browser, you would notice that there is a space between my section and other parts. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and in my next video I'm going to show you how to use the flexbox, and after that how to use the CSS grid. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.